came to Huntsville, specifically Redstone Arsenal and the Marshall Space Flight Center in 1962.
WFF 40 News anchor Liz Hurley tells us the president wanted to know whether we could beat the Russians to
That's
the moon
Macon Weaver.
and win.
President Kennedy met with soldiers, generals, and aerospace engineers. But those on post that day 51 years ago for this historic event say
And
it was
apparently,
the war with
U.S.
rockets that
magistrates and attorney generals
That he obviously was very impressed with.
Ed Busby was a public affairs officer at the Marshall Space Flight Center at the time. He said the Secret Service's code name for the president was Lancer. Dr. Werner von Braun's the Rocket Man. Kennedy would not wear a hard hat on his tour of the facilities or for the Saturn I booster test firing, so the Secret Service shortened the 2.5-minute test to just 30 seconds. That 30 seconds, a sneak peek at the Saturn V moon rocket that was in development, and confirmation from von Braun that we could be on the moon's surface by the end of the decade, was all Kennedy needed to know that America was on its way to superiority over the Soviets, high above the Earth's surface.
That's one of the reasons why the president made a commitment to the nation to land man on the moon within this decade. It was because von Braun and some others in this country had said this is the only way that we can beat the Russians.
There's no place in the world in this decade that is going to play a more significant role than this community right here in the center of Alabama.
It's that key visit that sealed Huntsville course as the Rocket City, USA. In Huntsville, Liz Hurley, WAFF 48 News.
After that visit, President Kennedy was so enthralled with von Braun that he surprised him and asked him if he could fly with him on Air Force One to Cape to nail down specifics and a timeline for that moon mission.
Dr. Von
Cape
Braun
Canaveral.
jumped on board and left without a briefcase, a change of clothes, or even a toothbrush.
And that was my daddy's uncle. Bam.